Hi, I'm Scott Googins, head baseball coach at the University of Cincinnati. I'm here with Coach Sprague, who works with our infielders. We're going to go over some techniques and drills that we work with our players every day.
Just like a bat, the glove has a sweet spot. For us, it's the index finger right here. So once it's inside the glove, we're trying to field the ball off that spot. That's the sweet spot right there. You'll hear throughout the drills, we'll talk about fielding it off the sweet spot. The gloves are made to have some variance with air, so they make it bigger with the web. So if we're not perfect every single time, we're able to still field the ball. With the glove being big though, we got to try to know where that ball is, because we have 4 seconds for the runner to get down the line. So we got to be as quick and as efficient as we can. So we got to know where that ball is. So if we can get it off that sweet spot, it's going to allow us to make a better transfer. A lot of times as infielders, we focus on the hands, how the hands are moving. We do talk about different things such as forehand. We want the thumb slightly off to the side, pointing up toward the sky. A lot of people talk about the hand being straight down. This puts a lot of tension in the wrist. If we just turn our hand slightly, we still have that same pocket, but now our wrist isn't as tense. With the forehands, we try to get more of the pinky underneath the ball. With the backhands, we try to get more of the thumb underneath the ball. This puts your wrist in a good position to work through the baseball easier. Here we're going to work on the ball right at us. We got a good base. The glove is going to be out in front of us right here. Head's looking right where we're fielding the ball. Right here with Charlie, his back is kind of curved. I'd like to see his back get straighter, but keep the glove on the ground. The thumb slightly turned out this way to loosen up the wrist. The forearm is relaxed. What this is it's going to allow him to get in a good athletic position. His back's going to be straight. He's going to be working on a good hip hinge. For us, the feet are going to tell, the athleticism is going to tell us how wide the feet should be. If we get too wide, we're going to get stiff. If we get too narrow, we're going to be falling over. But we want to be athletic through this ball. Obviously, doing something stationary, trying to throw you, it's not athletic, but as he's moving through, as you see through the drills, you'll see the athleticism start to kick in. But for us, the hip hinge is the most important part. If we hip hinge correctly, we should be able to get through that ball very easily here. And again, as we're working on the forehand, being stationary, it's difficult because it's building the strength in your leg. And again, it's not as athletic as what we will be, but what we're simulating here is we're running to our left, we're fielding this ball right in front of us. As you see here, his body is slightly opened up as he's going up the middle, playing shortstop. He's running up the middle, he's opened up. He's got the glove out in front of his eyes still. His hip hinge is good. He's working through the ball. This is gonna allow him to get through that ball very well and get on target. This is the first backhand we'll talk about. We're loading up on the right foot. Again, this is a ball that's hit to his right. He's going to load up on this ball. Maybe it's a pretty hard hit ball into the hole. He's gonna go get it and then load up on that leg and go. So here what we're looking for, his body's turned like he's running to his right. Again, he's gonna work off this foot here, and the thumb is gonna be slightly underneath. So now he can get it, work here to this hand ready to throw. All right, that's our first backhand we're gonna work on. The second one is gonna be a crossover. Go ahead, left foot, crossover. Here what we're doing, angle a little bit more this way. Here what we're doing is, this might be a ball that's hit maybe a little bit harder. We don't have as much time to load up behind it. We gotta get to this ball quick. So now we're not able to get the right foot behind it, so we're gonna cross over. It's gonna be a quick grab here. You'll see the left foot and the hand go together. If we go left foot and the ball's back here, it makes it really difficult because now it's behind us. We don't want this ball to get behind us. We want to keep it ball glove eyes, and we're able to field it and pop from there. Good. The next progression, we're gonna go where the feet are moving. It's basically building on that first progression that we're doing, but now we're adding in another level of difficulty. This will get our feet moving and active for the day, and it allows us to be ready for when we get into ground balls. Next one is where we go for the backhand, but we have a little bit of time, so we're gonna rake through it to cut down on that time, that distance, get us going toward our target. So we're gonna go ahead and get there. we're gonna be here and then start working through it, raking through that ball. And basically it's a combination of the first backhand we talked about where we're loading up on this right leg, but now we're gonna by staying through that ball, get going forward and allowing us to cut down the distance there. The last backhand we're gonna talk about isn't really a backhand, it's a ball hit to our right. We're going to backhand it, we realize we have more time, so now we're gonna cut the corner, turn the glove over and go get the ball here. So we're gonna start here, it's a backhand, we're here, it got more time, we're gonna come through it to target. Perfect. The first drill we're gonna work on today is our daily routine. We do it every day after we're done with our throwing progression. We're just gonna stand there stationary in a good athletic stance, and we're gonna feed each other balls, short hops directly in front of them. We're gonna try to be a good partner here so they don't have to do a whole lot of moving around. Our focus point here is just working on hand-eye coordination, getting that ball into the glove, working on that sweet spot that we talked about earlier, and also working on our transfers. By the time we're done with this, we should have about 30 to 50 reps in based on how many we're doing at each spot, 10 to 15, and we'll work into the next progression from there. All right, so just focus on getting everything off the index finger right here. It's just gonna be nice, easy short hops right at you, and then just flip it back to me. Working on staying in the legs. All right, so come this way some. And one thing I want you to focus on, you're getting back here and then like you're kind of swiping through it. Just leave that glove out in front of your eyes. So use this line. Don't let your glove get behind that line. And you're just letting that ball hit that sweet spot. Oh, that's on me. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn forehand side. And again, we'll just rep out 10 or so here. We don't have to turn a whole bunch, but just slightly open up here. I would bring your left foot a little bit closer to that line. Toward the line, there you go. And still work where you're keeping that glove in front of that line right there. Again, we wanna have the glove extended out, but we still gotta have ball glove eye before us. If we're straight out this way, it's ball eyes glove, and it makes it a lot more difficult. Extreme forehand, we might need to do that, but for this play right here, we're just gonna be slightly open, still ball glove eyes, all on that line right there. All right, so right off that left foot here, same thing, leave that glove out, get it off the sweet spot, which is that pointer index finger. Sink the hips a little bit more. Good. Now we'll go backhand side. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna change our feet, stagger them the opposite way. We're still gonna use that line to help us work out in front of us, but now we're gonna incorporate more of the pocket. The pocket's made for that backhand. Get that thumb underneath the ball here, let the ball go into the pocket, and then we don't have to swipe through it or anything, just meet that ball right on that plane. Oops, sorry. So the first one we'll do here, we'll go both hands. It's gonna be somewhat close to you. You're getting it on the short hop. This drill right here is focused more for the feet. We're working on attacking the ball right as it hits, keeping the feet active. A lot of times when we're rolling the ball to our partners, we get lazy and the feet get slow and stiff and almost like we're in concrete. This will keep the feet going as we're working through the ball. Active feet here. Think about trying to keep your feet underneath you. Don't let them get outside your body here. Good. I'm gonna start making it a little bit harder where you gotta work outside your body here. Good job, Charlie. Good. Here to the ball and keep going. Let's go backhand. This is going to be more of a rake. So we're getting around it and keep coming through with the backhand. He's out. Same thing here, just keep those feet underneath you, keep working them. Be active with your feet, coming through it. Perfect. In this next drill, what we'll do is we'll put them on the foul line. What this does is it helps us see where that direct path is from home plate to the fielder. At that point, what we're trying to do is we're getting them to get around the baseball. They don't have to go very wide. What we're trying to do is get their left shoulder on that baseball so they're able to see the speed, the hops, and it allows them to get on target. Most people think getting around the baseball is to just help them get on target with first base, but we use it to see the speed and the hops more so than getting on target. Once we're able to see the speed and the hops, we're able to predict where that ball is going to be and when we want to attack it. For us, there's 4 different parts of the hop. The short hop when the ball's hitting the ground, the up hop as the ball's coming back up, that's the part we want to stay away from, the top of the hop, and then the down hop. The down hop ideally is the easiest part of the hop to go get. It's just like a fly ball. It's off the bat, it's in the air, it's the longest amount of time before it has a chance to contact something again. So it allows us to see the whole path of that hop right there. But we spend a lot of time working through the short hops. The short hops are good for us because it allows us a specific target. The ball, when it's hitting the ground, it allows us to be really good with our feet attacking that point right there. Next, we're going to go into live reps off a bat where we're seeing a coach hit the ground ball to the player. As we do this, we're going to add into another progression where we're throwing across the infield. This allows us to put everything that we worked on so far into one thing and allow the player to truly be athletic as we're working through this progression. A lot of times we break things up, we work on the fundamentals, and players become robotic. So we got to keep that athleticism in the player by letting them go play. As we do this here, we just allow them to go field ground balls. We'll work on different techniques if we see anything, but for the most part, they're out here just competing, working through the ground ball, allowing themselves to be athletic and throwing over to first base. It allows them to work on the getting around the baseball that we talked about, the glove angle, the transfer, and last but not least, the throw across the infield. As we put it all together, we really get to see how special that player truly is. Right now you see Tommy going after a couple balls to his right, his backhand side. He has enough time to turn the corner, get the glove around to it, and work through the ball with a regular fielding attack rather than a backhand. Right there we saw a backhand with him loading up on his right foot. It was a pretty hard hit ball into the hole where he had to get rid of it pretty quick. He loaded up on it and threw it across the infield. Here, Tommy had a little bit more time. He got to it, timed it up, ran through it, had a nice backhand. I would like to see him come more toward home plate rather than third base there, but overall, really good job working through that ball right there.
I'd like to thank you for joining us for the skills and drills that we do with our players here at UC. Again, I'd also like to thank Coach Sprague for his time and again, giving his knowledge on what we do and how we do it. I also like to thank Tommy and Charlie Googins. They were our demonstrators today. Go Bearcats!